Hi, this is Al Woods of Woods Recruiting. Pitch versus presentation. Let me tell you a quick story. I ran a team of scouts for several years, and we would talk about how to approach this. And I always referred to it, even in my training, as a presentation. The quickest way to get fired, to get gone out of my organization back in the day, was to say, well, what's the pitch? What's the pitch are we going to deliver to the parents? What's the pitch? It's cringeworthy. And let me explain why. And I just don't like it, by the way. So I always refer to college scouts as college scouts. You're a college scout, not a salesman. You're not selling cars, refrigerators, dishwashers, or anything else. You're not a salesman. You're a college scout. I think it's a big difference. Salespeople, they are sometimes snake oil salesmen. They're selling you stuff that you didn't ask for, that you don't want. A college scout is a different situation. They all need it. You just have to persuade them to the fact that they need it. But I don't need a new refrigerator today. When I walk into Home Depot, I don't need a new dishwasher. But you'll have some clown in a red vest trying to persuade me to buy some wood that I have no use for. Or I'm at the grocery store and they got that meat on a stick that they're trying to get you to buy this sausage. I don't need it. It's probably, pork, and I don't always eat pork. So you are a college scout. You are delivering a presentation to parents. You're actually talking to them and finding out what their needs are in the recruiting process. A pitch, a sales pitch, is you're jamming down their throats useless information. You're always talking. You're talking too much. They barely can get a chance to jump in and say anything. And you're just pitching, and wearing them down, which is, it's just not the best way to approach this. Back in the day, there was a movie called Glengarry Glen Ross. It starred Al Pacino, Kevin Spacey, but and many others. Jack Lemmon was in it. So Alec Baldwin was in the first scene of the movie, and that was his only scene. And these guys were salesmen, all of them, and they were terrible. They were trying to sell people real estate, land, Rio Rancho. So if you go look up the movie, you can find clips of it on YouTube. Glengarry Glen Ross. I think it was made in 1992. But anyway, Alan Arkin was in it. A lot of good actors were in the movie. A lot of dialogue, but a lot of profanity too. The thing was, these guys were terrible, but they were trying to sell stuff to people who didn't want it, who didn't ask for it. They kept pushing and pressing, and terrible sales jargon and cheap sales talk. It was awful. These guys were all losers, and they were struggling so bad that these leads came in. Hundreds of leads came in from the main office. These leads would help them because these were people who really wanted to buy real estate, I guess. So somehow the leads got stolen. And that's kind of what the movie is about. But these guys were lousy. They were lousy, struggling salesmen. Their office looked like junk. It's like these guys are losers. So that is the difference to a salesperson who's delivering a pitch, to a college scout who's delivering a presentation, which is not cheap. It doesn't make you feel dirty after you've explained everything to the parents. So focus on the word presentation, because you are a college scout. You're not a salesperson. This is Al Woods of Woods Recruiting. Thank you so much for listening. Please do me a huge favor. Leave a comment in the comment section below. As always, your comments are the oxygen we need to grow.